So, never done anything like this before. First time night hiking, like fully, last week. If you saw my video from last week, you know that there was a little bit of night hiking going on that wasn't, well, it was kind of planned, but not like this. Like this, we're actually starting in the dark, and it will be dark the entire time. And I'm really excited. It's my first time doing a guided tour too through the Tennessee State Park, so we'll see how it is, and I'll be sharing the journey with y'all.
Where the bloom is, and it's a little white flower with pink florets in it. It looks almost like a teacup. Typically in Appalachia and the southeast, there's usually mountain laurel and rhododendron festivals, which usually is a part of signifying spring. Mountain laurel, for all of its beauty, has one quirk to it, and that quirk is that the leaves, the flowers, the pollen, the roots, everything about this plant is toxic. If you were to somehow eat enough of it, it would make you very sick, take you to the hospital. It causes gastrointestinal distress, so do not eat the mountain laurel, okay? Another thing about it is it's sometimes called spoonwood because it is used for ornamental spoon carving, but you're not really supposed to use those to eat with.
Don't look up there while you're walking up. Yeah. I'm notorious for doing that.
Have a nice trip. See you next fall.
Yeah.
So we're about to go to one of the first overlooks where we're going to start to get adjusted to the night sky, start to sit down, relax, take in the view and stuff like that. That being said, we are going to an overlook. Overlooks have cliffs attached to them. So this is that important rule of look down, look around, especially when we're getting closer to it. a spot, generally stay to that area. Okay? Once everybody has found kind of a spot where they want to be, you can turn off your lights. And so what the stone door represents is a natural passageway going from the top of the gulf all the way down to the bottom. And so what that means is that it is a natural passageway that was formed by that hole that we saw earlier, along with the progression of time, water, temperature, and all sorts of other factors breaking down the limestone in order to form this natural passageway. During the 1800s, with the American Civil War, there was lots of armies passing through this area. Skirmish war is basically how it's described, where it's not the huge giant battles like at Antietam or Gettysburg. It's smaller groups fighting and doing these guerrilla warfare upon each other. That being said, these factions and forces were well known for pillaging and stealing whatever was around in the local communities. So the locals of the area figured these armies that are passing through aren't going to know about the secret passageways in the stone door and such, and they started using them to hide their things.
So, I just got home from that hike, and yeah, it's a late night. Choosing a night hike might not have been my wisest choice, to be honest, because it was really hard to film because it's dark. It was really hard to take photos because it's dark. I hope I relayed the experience enough that you get the idea and it encourages you to go out and try one of these guided tours that is offered by the Tennessee State Parks. This one in particular is for South Cumberland State Park. They have a bunch of activities and hikes, and there's other things too besides hikes. And the park ranger tonight, he was saying that some of them are paid, like this one I had to pay for, but some of them are free. So some like the daytime ones are free. So go to their events calendar and check it out and see what might be available in your area. And you'll be surprised, like there's a ton of stuff. So the link for all that will be below in the description box and in my blog post as well. In my blog post I'll have like the few photos that I got. There's some really cool star photos. Like that was the thing about tonight, was like seeing the stars, and it was pretty cool. But there's that, and like directions and other information will all be in my blog post, linked below. Definitely recommend doing one of these. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely well worth it. During the hike, as you heard some of the talk and everything, the park ranger kind of just shares some information about the area, history, and like the wildlife and things like that. So it was very educational, informative, and it was actually really fun. So I liked also that this particular hike, they limit to only 10 people. So you keep like kind of a small group, and it's not like crazy like a bunch of people or anything. There were only 8 of us that went on this hike. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely recommend. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see y'all next week.